tell you today that it's time to rise. It's time to rise to the occasion of your life and to the intensity that is going on in the world and to how it's affecting you. And I want to explain to you what I mean by it's time to rise. I'm Anna Gatman, and wherever you're watching this is coming to you from the Expansive with Anna Gatman YouTube channel. So I woke up this morning and I looked at my Twitter feed and I read what I'd already seen yesterday, which is that the government is sending federal police into the streets of Portland and kidnapping protesters and arresting them. Now, this is the stuff that extreme regimes do, whether they're communist or fascists. This is what happens in countries where there's been communism or a fascist dictator. So this is a huge new step. It's an escalation from the government. And when I looked at it and I read it, I thought, oh my God, this is going to just get worse and worse and worse. There's a spike in the coronavirus, even in California where we were sheltering in place, but also in other states where they disregarded the shelter in place and using masks. And we are in the midst of a financial crisis and a total financial depression and meltdown. And so as I was reading the news, I was just feeling worse and worse and thinking to myself, like, where is this going to end? How far is this going to go? But then I had to get ready for a workshop that I was facilitating and that focused on the essence of your calling and expressing your unique essence daily. And so what can you do in the face of brutality and violence and fear and domination? What can you do in the face of it so you don't lose hope, so that you don't feel like there's nothing that you can do? So the first step is to raise your vibration. That's what I mean when I say it's time to rise. You want to connect and align to the spiritual essence of your calling. And you want to express that in the world, not because it's some lofty idea. No, it's in order for you to be in your optimal state and to be connected directly to the larger, glorious, wondrous spiritual reality of which planet Earth and you and me and humanity are an expression of it. That's the only way to counter a consciousness of separation and fear and brutality and hierarchy is with a consciousness of wholeness, of interconnection, of interdependence, of love, of we're in this together. We are going to help each other. You are not alone. And so when I speak of the expansive nature of reality on planet Earth is spiritual material unity, that's what it means for me. It means that you align to the essence of your calling and you express it in everything in your life, every area of your life, every day, more and more in every moment. This is how you stay nurtured and nourished and remember the larger picture than this fearful consciousness of separation that's just going to deplete you and make you feel like there's nothing you can do. You just feel hopeless. Now, the other reason that I'm telling you it is time to rise, because there's a misconception that spirituality is about being in a retreat or being very peaceful and being very calm. Then the rest of life has to be dealt with logically. Somehow you need to solve all your problems in some other way than the spiritual way, which is really just something like a luxury, a spiritual luxury or an added value when you have the privilege to go do it. Instead, I tell you that the spiritual practice is to meet whatever challenge with the intensity that it is meeting you. And so if you are facing a challenge, let's say a financial challenge right now, you want to tap into even more spiritual resources and expand your consciousness even more so that you can remember even more. It takes more effort now to tap into this larger reality and remember your essence and the wondrous sacred essence of our planet and of humanity so that you can face the challenge from this place, remembering the essence and the wholeness and the interdependence and the interconnection and the love. It's all about rising to the occasion. And so if you are about to be hit, you better show up more fully, more intensely prepared for the hit. Whereas if you're having a beautiful summer afternoon, in the fields and just lying and relaxing, in a field of poppies, then you can just let go and relax. But if you're facing in your personal life a financial crisis or a health crisis or anything, or a relationship crisis, whatever it is, you need to tap into more spiritual resources in order to have the strength to face the intensity that's coming at you with the equivalent counter energy, with the equivalent counter force that you will get from tapping into a larger spiritual reality, by tapping into your intuitive superpower, so you know how to deal with the problems that you are facing. Connecting to this wondrous planet and remembering why it's worthwhile to rise to the occasion right now, rise to your life, and rise to the opportunity that it brings. You see, even when I'm sharing this with you, when I'm listing all the things that are going on that are really challenging, it weighs on me. I feel it. I can feel it as I'm talking to you. And the minute I'm describing the larger, wondrous, miraculous spiritual reality, I feel more open. I feel, oh yes, the trees outside are still here and nothing has changed. The birds are chirping, they're still here. That hasn't changed. The beautiful sun is rising. The wind is blowing. I just facilitated a workshop, and together there was such a sense of connection, of community, of strength that comes from being together and working through how to rise to the challenges that we are facing now, but doing it together. And so, to summarize, whatever you are facing, you need to meet it with the equal intensity. If you are facing something that's anxiety provoking, you want to face it and meet it with equal measures of quietude and relaxation and inner peace. Now, because you are faced with anxiety and it's a lot of energy coming at you, you need to work just a bit harder and tap into more light and love and source in order to stay stable and not lose your center in the face of the anxiety that is rising outside and around you or within you. And the same for anything else. If you're dealing with financial struggles right now, you need to tap into your intuitive superpower and find creative solutions to deal with your financial challenges. The spiritual journey is not just about doing something separate from the world in a retreat and taking a break from life. That's one thing that you can do with it. But what it really is about is showing up with all your spiritual resources and your intuitive superpowers to deal with your daily living. And yes, every now and then you need to take a break in order to rest, in order to rejuvenate more, in order to practice self-care. Because when you practice self-care, you're also tapping into the larger spiritual reality, which is you need to be centered. You need to be kind to yourself. You need to be compassionate to yourself. And so you take the relaxing time off to do that. But it's not about trying to all the time be there or feeling anxious and not knowing what to do. If you're feeling anxious, that's a lot of energy coming at you. And so you need to meet it, as I said, with equal measures of inner peace or joy or courage or compassion or support, whatever it is. And so it's time to rise. It's time to rise to the level of intensity that's going on in your life and in the world. And it's time to raise your vibration and expand your consciousness so that you can tap in more easily to all the spiritual resources that are available to you, to tap into your intuitive superpowers so you can find creative solutions to whatever challenges you are facing in your community or the world is facing. And so you can boost your spiritual immunity, and so you can boost your emotional immunity. Let's rise together. Wherever you're watching this, leave me a comment. Blessings.